Earthquakes are created for two purposes. 1. To find gold. You can find and watch my video about this on my profile. 2. For the construction of a new society. 41 to 42. Then, in truth, the dreadful cry seized them, and we made them into dung, a ruin for the wrongdoing people. Then we raised up after them other generations. They allow the ignorant societies that they like, that is, those that can be exploited, to live as long as they can use them as slaves, and they destroy the masses they don't like with the weapons they have, with lame excuses. Like in the camel example I gave at the beginning of the video. Al-Qamar 27-31, we will send them the camel as a test. So watch them and be patient. Inform them that the water has been divided among them. Let each one come in his own place to drink. Then they called one of their companions, and he took his dagger and slaughtered the camel. But see how my punishment and my warnings came to pass. We sent upon them a single cry. So they became like dry grass in a sheepfold. The helpless people who think they are worshipping an infinitely merciful God think that this world and this life are His blessings and gifts. I have explained in my other videos that this is not the case in reality. Unless you find a way to get out of this world's cage and escape, you will be exposed to this damn cycle for the rest of your life and live in constant fear of death. If you can call this living. Death will find everyone anyway. As a result of the interventions they made to our DNA, they shortened our lifespan, limited our minds and reduced us to the level of macaques. I explained this in detail. Every human being born in this cage is a tool for them to have fun and experiment. They did not give us sexual pleasures for nothing. They gave them to us so that we could reproduce and multiply, work for their system and develop this system. Former Russian leader Medvedev mentioned in an interview a nuclear briefcase that heads of state pass from hand to hand. Could this be the bag often seen on ancient Anunnaki figures? Why not? Even though I do not believe that the Quran is 100% true, I believe and accept that it contains interesting messages because there is evidence that we can observe today. But this does not mean that my faith increases when I see such verses. On the contrary, it hits the bottom. Because the God, Allah, who holds this power, the elites who play the role of Allah, are destroying an entire nation with these weapons just because they slaughtered a camel. You will say that there is no compulsion in religion, Al-Baqarah 256, and yet you will destroy an entire society because they do not believe or make some small mistakes. What kind of a contradiction is this? Look at this. A sadistic system, council that enjoys destruction in the helpless and frightened societies, i.e. us, the Muslims that worship this system with fear. Why do we consider ourselves worthy of this and choose surrender? Why don't we find this Supreme Council, the High Council, and enter their lair? Who knows, they won't use one of these weapons on us in a few years. Because the Great Ceasefire ends in 2023. I have presented many evidences in my previous videos that the Third World War, or its process, will begin on this date. Just the verse 40 of the Ankabut shows us how powerful the weapons they have are, and they can rain down fiery stones, bullets, create earthquakes, destroy large masses with a flood and a powerful sound and shock wave. Apart from these, they have many other technological weapons and equipment, and the effects of these weapons have been known as miracles by ordinary people. For example, defibrillator, resurrecting the dead, asbestos, fireproof clothing, ray, piercing beam, laser, etc. In the Surah Al-Fil, it is mentioned about Tyran-e-Babel, who throws, biakaratum min sickle, continuous stones. You already know about Babylon. Tyran, Tair, means winged flying aircraft, and we see these aircraft drawings on the walls of the Abydos temple in Egypt. In current Arabic dictionaries, it means, tear, UFO. In other words, an unidentified celestial body. Ababel means related to Babylon. Roughly translated, it means, planes that constantly throw stones bombs at Babylon, which gives us an idea of how the destruction described in Revelation 18 of the Bible may have occurred. And by the way, I think it must be a coincidence that the bomber planes used today resemble the Swift Swallow. UFOs and alien invasions have always drawn attention elsewhere and camouflaged themselves well in the process. Fortunately, most of these were deciphered in the 18th and 19th centuries, but for some reason, people still think that these are the wrath test of God, who has infinite mercy, and they continue to be afraid. The stories of the destruction of the nations need to be reanalyzed. It is obvious that these weapons were hidden from the societies that were decided to be destroyed. Jewish organizations played a good role in this cover-up, and as a reward they were given superiority over other communities, see Al-Baqarah 122. The sad thing is that we are still watching this movie. And our pro-government, religious cleric group has put us to sleep very well and turned our society into a sacrificial animal ready for harvest. Additional information. Friends, the first publication date of this video text is an article is 2020. If you noticed, I said in my article that earthquakes are artificially produced for the construction of a new society and that there is a possibility that these weapons will be used on us in 2023 and after. Unfortunately, February 6, 2023 proved me right. They used these weapons on us and took another step forward in their insidious plans. I also explained what their sneaky plans were. Many of those who read my articles at the time criticized me by saying, "You are spreading negative energy, these are all conspiracies." If they are watching this video now, I wonder if their faces are red. But they are right too. They are surrounded by a circle of fear and their brains are suppressed. They have been put to sleep through religion, sect, politics. They have accepted helplessness like the elephant in the example of learned helplessness, but none of them are aware of their capacity. They will realize it when they wake up.